And so here we go. For those of you who speak Spanish, what is it? This como estas? Is that what it is? Como estas? Start your Spanish lessons because some free trip beats are about to pay. 10 winners and their partners traveling to Spain for free. The trip includes boat cruises, city tours, and a full La Liga match day experience at Camp Nou. Here's how you can win. Buy any Gino tomato, Gino pepe, and onion, Gino Max or Pomo promo pack. Find the code in the pack or tray, and then dial star 161 star and the inner code hash and send. Get your points, more points, bigger your win. And there are also prizes like PS5s, TV, smartphones, fridges, gas cookers, washing machines, blenders, original La Liga jerseys, football, signed balls, caps, airtime. Ain't Trawanum Nako Spain. There'll be winners selected every 2 weeks and winners will be announced on radio. Terms and conditions apply. Dominic Chinoso Takache. Sing for me, Lumba. Let me tell you again about Translight Solar. Translight Solar has hybrid inverters and lithium-ion batteries that work with the sun to provide reliable power at a cheaper cost for your home and business. Solar packages to suit every budget. Government, private, business, corporate entities, government bodies, NGOs, real estate developments. Solar is no longer just a backup, but a productive power source for everyday use. So install a system from Translight Solar. Enjoy affordable monthly installment payments towards the cost of the system. You'd find Translight Solar at number 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, between ARS and the American House. Check out their website, Translight Solar. That is translightsolar.com. Alternatively, give them a call. 0206 542 454. That is 0206 542 454 or 0504 249 229. Everywhere there's sunlight. And to you once again, Mrs. Akoto, from your dear husband, Mr. Akoto. Happy birthday, Mrs. Akoto. Yami Sharabibre, from your dear husband, Mr. Akoto. Evergreen. Your children, Mefia, Keo, Kwame, and all the members of Fitness First Club. Peace 1043. Yankwa straight up. Yankwadin Komo. Professor Joseph Osafo, your head of psychology department, University of Ghana, Legon. Owaha Anope. Nano Foriosu, national chairman, PPP, Progressive People's Party. Owaha Anope. And Amiami Honorable Rasta. Collins Adumaku Mensa MP Ifijakwa Brett North Ewahanope. Everybody chamo. Na boko there. Boko there.
Boko pa.
Na Collins Ebane say na ye kwa 7 anyi.
Oh,
7 a living God. Ebane say.
Oh, Kwame.
Yes.
Kwame, me be na, me be. Me be na me say ready. Then you Kwame nyame. Oh. Kwame nyame o.
But my head was with Presecco. Some of them are conflicted.
Oh.
My head was with Presec.
Yes.
My heart was with Keta. Yes. And my hand was with Prempeh.
Oh, Keta fire Keta fire.
7 a living God. Ebane say.
My mama congratulate your boys no Kwame.
Yes, think next year Quebec going for what? A wonderful 8 to today.
Hey, and I'm a young man.
Share.
Kwame, what would him say the most consistent school when it comes to the national science and maths?
That's right.
Sir, it is still remains the Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Presec.
The only Presec.
The only Presec. The only Presec. Kwame. Now, as at now, no crowd, we are the only school here winning the 6 times. We still hold that record. It's Prempeh College for bebo mabaso. We congratulate you. Name them still national science and maths quiz there. So why would consistency there? Me sure say school be a co-finance HM Presec. We have been very, very consistent. throughout the years since I started here. And Keta, I can once I'm coming. And me and Kasa, and then I'm seeing who the Keta MP no.
Yeah.
Lady no. Me and me donation man.
Wow.
Me and me money 2,000 Ghana to support. Yes. It was not your parliament. Make who the member of parliament for the constituency Keta Hono. Now my donation man. Me sure say a bedu lady no. She was fantastic, Kwame. And you may corner member. All the contestants, almost all of them will do quarter final to semi final. Apart from Wesley Girls, which is a girls' school, no? She was the only lady. Not waka or name no a pushy.
Very strong.
She was very, very brilliant. And Kwame, I'll do my donation tomorrow when I meet the MP for the area.
Fantastic,
yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Why are they?
I mean, I was National Science and Maths quiz.
Yeah.
I don't know how many say it's a year a science and maths learning a year free. The competition and the contest now and my father who say after all sad you be
Provian media they still.
And I mean to say obi say my many read the question mark now obi say na o can't this I made them but you know because when nowadays no what take some of the questions you say hey but once and crown I mean like me bad boy or sign we all money and I think say to a certain degree no sir we still have a long,
and your omonian in term.
Yes, we still have a long way to go, and I still stand by and say we have a long way to go because the teaching of science and maths affect the learning of it. Because na abejina so ehuna obi be classmate teacher na catch say this class only 2% will pass. Some na waka no. When completely.
I'm okay na yen be yen David. Oh yeah, there I am pe. David. Say sometimes ya metie. Once now I meet him with you now me he. Na say the obisa question crime say. Even just say
to be able to get to the final. But I was very impressed with Kita.
Oh yes.
The way I'm saying that was
Collins, here's a response from Major General Thomas Opompepra, Chief of Army Staff. Tell the man speaking, the Honorable Member of Parliament, that Presec met the awakened giant. We will reign for a long time. They should abandon all hopes of winning when Prempeh College arrives.
General Akasa, who am I to challenge?
General Muakasa.
Who am I to challenge?
Who am I? Now, Senator abandon all hopes of winning when Prempeh College arrives. Host and win power. And but your Keta Secondary School for Semen Culture some others say.
Oh my idea.
They've just finished Omoko. Apparently they're on GTV. Joy News, I beg your pardon. Into say honorable. Thank you. We're grateful.
Do the donation.
I'm gonna say we're very grateful. And some contestants need 3 of them.
Yes.
The lady and the 2 gentlemen.
Yes.
Now they're freaking me out cry but could be now quiz Mr. Sibisa question. When we now when answer. I say, oh how? The boy is brilliant. Obi so say, hey, where school be? Could be sitting now school near him. We are Presec now. Could be sitting, what's your school? Is it Presec? The battle has begun. Kofi Sidney say, Chairman General, yes, please tell the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Thomas Opompepra, if you are starting to tree, or say, On to me, Presec has the CDS. CDS got Presec. CDS got Presec. Okay, but Prempe Aflom. Prempe Aflom. Jolali. Congratulations to Ketasco. And Pacho, I'm a number. Or send me fan sendo. If you want to make a donation to support the dream of Keta Secondary School, I'll forward it to the Honorable Member of Parliament for Ifija Kwabre North, Collins Adoma Kumensa, who says he's so touched by the performance of Keta School that he would make a contribution. Professor Joseph Osafo and minim say baby, I send you an idea. But drama is your Parliament Friday trim. Controversy over 2020 budget. Minority sets 5 conditions for approving. Speaker's ruling has no binding effect. Heated debate expected in Parliament tomorrow. And no home. Dr. Kuma Boaji about over 7 million vaccines to be received before the year, and COVID-19 vaccines we are still seven, the number 7. We are still 7 a living God. Next year we go there. You, Larry, I hear. But let's move to Parliament. Before we move to Parliament, okay, the very first quiz mistress of
Ramadi.
Professor Ramadi, the late Professor Ramadi. Yes. And you know that was her dream, to make it popular.
Yes.
And let me proudly say that I am a deputy son of her husband, Eko Adi. A former national athlete. Ebenezer Charles Oko Adi, bitter friend Eko Adi. 81-year-old. He says, "Good morning, my brother." No, I'm still your son. That was Irama's aim to popularize math and science, and we're happy it happened so.
Yeah. Wow.
Kwame, you said your heart is for Keta. Okay, now your stomach, which is the biggest part of your body, should be for Prempe College. You don't have a choice. Alexis, I hear you. But Presec says they are coming back next year. Anyway, Prof,
yes.
Parliament saying.
Kwame, me dance pa.
Ani in down, yes.
Me chetifo.
Yeah, Joso.
Say the okay no me bre no.
O bre na ye be.
Meka kakra na meja man panyifo to aso. Kwame de kan na me say ne embrama Minister of Finance kwan no. Say ode o man na akoma sika ekoto Parliament nim.
Yeah.
For the next year. Enjoy the koto. Emma ye di ho enkomo ahodo issues be PPA free mu. Emma say some of the very interesting issues if you buy no ASR 11 FM e ebeto mumu skedia obesen so 1.575 na discussions ahoro aba tie economies ahoro and views on it. Come back and can say a buying approach in giving certain days at 1.75, we can say it is the door in the face principle.
Yeah.
And only say open say will be a comply to certain things are what they man a lot of demands. Say me say come me here, sika me say mame $1 million. I mean just say maybe are not when him say bam.
Yeah.
So you are making large demands on people and a door in the face principle. But they can say perhaps a bank could have started off from a certain base B and a rate B. Ebema oman for one abijuna if no foot in the door all the fed crank now where peja and you come back and say this door in the face approach no I know what should do now buy and consider using the foot in the door say or make the fed kakra foot in the door no or the fed kakra so that fee do be here. No. Now what the tarry rooms are bama. I
know she.
Some kind of the and the approach was more
in the face.
A door in the face than a foot
in the door.
And you know, you can say about bet me at Swa. You can say most African countries are, especially sub-Saharan African countries, Tanzania, Uganda, South Africa, Kenya, and the Kahunya. Now, when you have any challenges, we could pick lessons from there. Now, and what you know, and I say Parliament, there was some debate near G2. And minority no at the 5 conditions I beto abayani. Say abayan class 5 conditions now. Budget no onion to. They did carry Japan deal no.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean 1.75 11 no. It doesn't mean sano I must say more work paragraph 8 now about Aka energy no.
Aka energy deal.
NFA they do honor so no say say I'll make me review the benchmark value for import no. NFA kita tidal is no. Yeah. Now there's something very interesting about this current parliament. Current parliament in the constitution, and because I said I should no half and say, would you agree when your majority as matter? And you will have to learn consensus building.
Yeah.
Said you see any obia, if you are no one share the same thought, if discussing issues. Now the panel from our perspective. Now once we're meeting halfway, now they are building your mind. It's a very interesting development. Now. The Nika woman say minority can't say one you to mukra na no mama conditions.
One bedja to under certain conditions.
That's the point. And you know, hano me 2030 aban enhwe conditions na minority aba no. Kwame ni nyina no. Na one here beka say then ye hu but ye nyina pomani yi. Minority epomani yi. Majority epomani yi. Enti say part of the big budget nankasa or man for crack was an inquiry. I think say I'm told say MBB can say is a listening government. Yentana say na ento to adwene. Into this week no me hear any how the discussions are going to go.
Yeah.
Now medical can aban and finding a way of building consensus with the minority. If we are going to go forward at least about 3 years ahead, see we are quite anymore and the consensus building a key. Now, sa budget here be each one for you say won't mean from via meto bama the other side na engine to sa. They are going to be very critical. They are going to ask you to just work on certain things. One yan is on to me and say your diplomatic skills are called to question. And you know, ye too about for say na 5 conditions ni into the aban ebeka fa kwame no ho asem no.
Okay.
Mame enkomanim kakra na memra COVID so.
Yeah.
Kwame COVID ya asem yi. O can say start here and can say virologists actually say the next decade they call it the virus decade.
The virus decade.
Yes. What you say yebenya virus ya be no various mutations beba. Obetin down and Hosa and Tinan Fan, been crash say this decade is a lost decade.
Wow.
Say any about I want about presa na starting you know Obeka has various mutants and a variants aba any beta any about alpha any about venison delta any about venison you see omicron. Now edino obi say I say it didn't so die and so money suman pa. Now the latest one abano is omicron. Now me hear said the virologist na a church sa virus yi as said the Stifa. South Africa and Muhuno. Now come what you say. One scientist describing as horrific. Now the entire workers and say the mutation no is the virus with the highest mutation, even than Delta. But I know some say virus no mutate faster. Not just that there'll be infectivity and just in fact beta for example by now who cross Delta, but Delta had a lot of infectivity. And no Delta no what the no moderate response to your immune system. Come here, tell say one who born in your media amount.
Yeah.
Say dimua together with the vaccine idea now. Mutant be a bit much in. But the current beta, for example, by high IgG because now a lot of mutations. share no ne delta no nanka beta you Hussein delta because delta no immune system no to me than beta.
Yeah.
But delta mum and a high agent because it infected a lot. The infectivity level is high. Omicron, it was a mutation will be a very high power. And the on one is as very horrific. South Africa, some kind of honor is free. Assad and then a chinchia you can record it. If any say Hong Kong record it. If any say Botswana record it. Other China, Israel record it. Now the say they are afraid for two things. But I'm gonna say the mutation is here high.
Yeah.
Is it going to invalidate current vaccination protocol? On say currently no. I might be if you say vaccinated. Now, oh she say vaccination na woman for agino. Say Omicron ne kanipa no. O immune system no betumi achechere yare no. Eho na asem gina sese ya.
Yeah.
Now on fears ne say esan say yare no mutation level no high into no ansha na ama current vaccination effort no aye bibia ho. Currently you can start here no na come booster shot no na from for 40 years plus. Currently I'm more consider widening it to those even below 40 years because of the science of Omicron and the banner. Into a person or ma booster shot a bathroom no be instead say will be already 40 years aircon because Oslo and obi say or a very different to other variants. Different cry now what you say Wuhan the nearby you know this is completely different from it.
Yeah.
Now no there are aspects of the mutation also and I don't know you're completely different from the enemy. Now just say come there is still hope. It to me so ano. Mame Emma Ghana near here the entire cases are Omicron is extremely important for us. Kwame on say make us see you know. And you buy me and sa and say ya enunti ama sa Omicron yadi ehia me pa. Did kind of say we are just close to a festivity, a major festivity. Yes, anytime there is a major festivity, no, the likelihood of increase in interaction is high.
Yeah.
And you convention, you FFMU, you old student union, you abroad for a back, and a major issue. The thing you know, the fact that festivity, there's increased travel.
Yeah.
And the obi be free abroad, not Abba. You could be in Ghana. Mekosawe ha, and also ebema most likely be a when you be hono, not just Odeba. And on the other side, more of the state of our vaccination as at now. Come to see I make a say no. A total doses are Ghana stands at 3.49 million total doses, including first and second. But all count on fully vaccinated, they stand around 842,000.
Very low numbers.
That is just about 2.7%. And you know, South Africa has vaccination about 24%. Omicron Muslim. The cases a day stands at 3,000. Only compare UK and NAM, tens of thousands. And who said South Africa from both pass? They are so angry. I mean, why don't you do that to UK and then South Africa? But the point is this: Sanimami and say we are closer to a festivity, the Christmas season. A bit more to 2 kwan ediaba. The vaccination we no so rate na low. Nature say, and say has a chance enduha. Say the MSA we have learned our lessons. There's nothing like enduha.
Because
be cry say be I say kwame enduha.
Yeah. Because
you find restriction beyond told movement so.
Yeah, right.
And now come here, South Africa. Have we stopped? and say it's a flying here, and he be cry, yenim, Nancy. And the comment may want 3 key points be at. May say I bind it to me, and the nearest swap. Did you kind of say you been here a temporary and precautionary measures? Now, some of those precautionary measures, no, and they say, Uncle baby, I don't say, oh, mama, I'm a short, you know. I say, oh, no, I need a mask. And talk about any power of brain, I found. And the indicator say, Yenfi are saying force the protocols. Kwame, we don't lose anything if it's not recorded here. This is what these are precautionary and temporary measures. Yen lose she. Say I can say Obi anko back. Now share the mask. Now you make sure say you bring a Christmas. Yen ya any incident bia. Ebema ebi no mo atoto say data buy no. Oh ha na we see team. Oh ha we team. In fact, it was so difficult for some of us. Enti aban yesremo we should go back to our protocols. Say ebe enforce mask wearing. Nefe all the restrictions now easy nyina no. Yeah, shemokena. So aban bia etu ya na mo say be easy some restrictions. Maybe we have to take a second look at it and be cautious about that. Now, I mean, say airport also no. Yeah, share regulations say. We don't lose anything in just being cautious. We shouldn't be anxious, but we don't lose anything being cautious. Let me repeat it.
We shouldn't be anxious.
We shouldn't be anxious, but we don't lose anything being cautious. And I don't know, I don't hear me pa. Now, a thing so no, festivity ebe no. Meaning say a Christmas. A Christmas for a bedding market pa. Me yes for. And me yes for me to be home for. Say yeah conventions are protocols are did too gra. Most churches in my memory sorry Church of Pentecost no. Come here the extensive protocol
okay.
A boy pa anti yes and a boy pa ma in fact say a record a breakout in certain way until we are going back to it. Yeah and say e be si wa hansa na ka say hey obi a ti asofo nyina 18 no pay no. Yes ra. I don't know gusu a yedi soba. Na yendi su ye. Enti we don't lose anything again. Let me repeat. We shouldn't be anxious, but we don't lose anything being cautious. Enti we should go back to it. Now you making sure say you share your mask, distance na hold on ye contact hold on physical distance na contact ye nyai. Na the edigu akwemu ai obe horo nsa sanitize na check temperature and some alcohol. Let's go back to it. Now, Kwame, we are fighting a battle, very, very dangerous. And remember, you could pray who okay. Kwame, the immediate vaccination. Vaccine hesitancy has been a problem everywhere. In fact, Kwame, in fact, in the US, UK, and even the developed countries, there are a lot of people who are opposed to the vaccination. But I actually didn't say. You can't say, oh, Panianwa, Untminia, Ubiancasa.
Yeah.
The I can say, oh, Panianwa. Savannah, we are between Namunya. A better hospitalization, so I'll be called a little bit ICU, nice, and a better soccer.
A better to be brave.
Not just say a boy. And one I am going to say, Lalai. One pecorano. Yes, I say, one to one for. And none of them who say, the better just say by the end of the year, I buy a better take delivery of 7 million.
By the end of the year, near 7 million,
which is very good. And let me say, last 2 years, last 2 weeks, I may say, Pfizer for so I experimented a PLB, which I say, effectiveness is around 89%. But
I'm an only for no big or which more deal. When is a country's more vaccines that can vaccinate their people 10 times over?
Yes.
Maybe 5 times over.
Yes.
Still, keep. That's all family.
Early days, you can say there are geopolitical dimensions of COVID.
True.
And then you can say Obi Enya secure better vaccine. He's going to think on one crop for first. And son of my
on crop for about 50 million. Or about 800 million doses. Still.
Or
Aha.
So
It's
that's
a
the issue.
business.
Yes.
And
business.
And which so back from can say emra ye ka say emra yembe trials yembe African countries obianko. It is a macro trials you know when you're doing I didn't know from bro.
Oh, but I don't put here. I don't know. It's argument, but argument. I'm in more because Africans have participated in various trials, and here we inquire.
But not this one.
Yes, but here we inquire. We have also participated in various trials. Malaria.
That's a malaria Africa now.
Oh, but there's a point in what you are saying. There's a very great sense in what you are saying. But the point is that. So, just as you know, there's politics in the pharmaceutical agencies when it comes to this thing. It's a very big. It's like I tell you, and it's I'm telling you, sir, the craze and the race to go and get this vaccine. No, it wasn't for the sake of saving human lives. And dear Kakrao, say, and Kwesi Bekano, and Quine, and no, and no, that's where the challenge is now. Say, Obi. I will buy 800 doses million, and now what vaccinated with my vaccine could be about 100 million. And can understand move under resource countries. No, you have to pay for it. And that is why we have to be extremely cautious with our lives.
When is almost started booster doses?
Almost started.
80 quick also from UK. I'll say UK has a very strong herd immunity. There are plans to offer a booster for everybody.
Yes.
At the moment,
yes,
all over 50-year-olds have been offered the booster.
Yes, and now they are dropping it to those below that age because they are very much afraid of the Omicron. The way I'm working on now, I'm more wide population base. No, I'm going to me the amount of beer. And to see kind of alpha virus in the vaccines in the more. And the end, I was here be a brave. When they buy them, some of Africa, the abuse and cocoa. Well, I must and also just say you. But see, be a brave. Nay, share we are. Come a big crana obi and son so a young son so say obinya vaccine no dear. But only we into nya any challenge here. And yes, sir. And can have you been born one day? Come lastly, when some universities, episode and can by next year. Obey to me, I'll left will not, or my to me, I resume in person teaching because I can't at the chapa.
Papa.
But the air should make all of us to begin to rethink. Say, can't say Omicron bet to me and some more. Now, Muyan Tenasin say, Embassy and some and Sunny at one and more.
Answer our back Ubedruhon, Menyantia said the SADC countries participated, yet they are struggling just as we are. The South Africa Development Commission. In the meantime, Canada, UK, and the European Union have excess vaccines. Excess. Now, with the imminent expiration of these vaccines, most of the stock will be destroyed anyway.
Usika as if Usika brand new mouth. And the way I cry, the mind, come and send me one man. I'm going to donate you. I'm Jessica. If you hire a toy, be on somebody. I hear say the US government was giving us a lot of doses under the COVAX project. And to know the immediate say, Mesre Omanfo, Monty and Common idea. Obemus and Yabetesa, Obi will be a or a cataso. Now that's the most interesting part of the human behavior. So say we are saying there's nothing like a meme comedy. In fact, viruses have given us a certain mindset. Say this is my border because virus will break borders and they will make borders very porous. Now, some virus actually say, because say me borderly, oh, we're not trapped. And they say, it's a global village. But some ethical discussions, no, even Monte answer. And you any ba, Sika Kradia or the Beji. They would you Sika, oh, what do you Sika? No, they continue to be richer than we are. But as I said,
many of you National Health Service, ambulance services for UK. Say, Kwame, I'm listening to you guys live, and my management has even hinted on a fourth job.
There you are. And panel the idea throw for you come in the say, Mesra buying. Matese. As I end, may can you say, let us not be anxious, but it always pays
to be cautious.
You don't lose anything. Come here and say.
Let us not be anxious, but we always have to be cautious. Tell Professor that even the little we have, our young men are not taking the jab. They feel it will affect their libido. Foolish boys. They be foolish boys. So Professor Joseph Osafo, head of psychology department, University of Ghana, Legon, was here, and unfortunately he has to leave. He has other things to attend to. And this one says it's very scary. Ghanaians should really take it seriously and adhere to the protocols. Good morning, Chairman General, and to your panelists. I agree with the. Okay, this is another one. On the budget, he says, I agree with the NDC's position that the Keta Brekusu Sea Defense Project be included in the budget. My question, however, is with which money? If they are rejecting the budget because of their disagreement with e-tax, those we borrow from tax their citizens to give us. Should we continue doing the same things and churning out same results? The NDC should think beyond being partisan. Ni in Bachona. Well, you can send yours also to 0244 844 488 0244-844-488. MD Kanka Professor Joseph Osafo. Sorry. Studio num anope near Penifom Aka Nana Ufuri Wusu National Chairman PPP. And callings Adoma Kumensa Rashibidrini Ujama Ifijakwa Bre North Ewaha anope. Now this one says the minority claimed they had 137 present. But the Cape Coast High Court ruled that a Sin South MP cannot call himself MP. Why is the majority saying they are 137? Michael Ashalaja. Well, what can I say? The reality is catching up with us. Party executives think those with money supersede those who are popular and who the grassroots and constituents want. Look at the consequences today. A word to the wise, Gasti man in Brekum. What clearly happened in Parliament is very disgraceful, and to avoid same in future, we urge the leadership of the MPP to test the law at the Supreme Court. Kwejo Edupaku Achim Esium. Walanyo Nakwetia says, I have my jabs, and is it necessary to put on a nose mask? Wearing a nose mask is some way. Walanyo, wear your mask. I don't care how many jabs you've had. I think the education on COVID is no more intensive as it used to be, so people ignorantly think the virus is dead. Shiftman in Atonsu, the virus is not dead, but you're right. It looks like the noise we made in the beginning out of fear probably has gone down. A parliament really has the growth of this country at heart, as chorused by every political party. There should be consensus building. Jomo Pokwasi Festus. It's time to wear our mask for our own safety. Okay, right. This one has no name, but the message is loud and clear. Collins, drama is your parliament and a fear de chemo. Nenya, likely to be sitting plus your COVID come meet you.
The chairman made us say, now, I'm chair of Bio, chair me, many penny, grandpapa.
Joso.
And the telephone in a teacher to if you can't bring off.
Omane to abamao. Almost Antony Biosa.
Amen. Come me the one was.
Almost Antony Biosa.
From my employers. I'm gonna PM my baby I'm waiting. Me do must papa.
Yeah.
Now Kwame komodia DF COVID Eddie Kwame.
Anya better.
Eddie pa me kasi abedi COVID in komo e wa ha. But for the past 1 or 2 months there. Na me say storm no eba from kakra. You know, we are be boom no. Ama mabuhu kakra, especially next week December. Akwa me say what say the wa we ni me no December here. Emira ye nuanom mo wa brochire e wo outside nya. Mo taba ebedi Christmas e Ghana.
Oh my word.
Na Ghana for wo UK, South Africa. Baby ye bobo say ade yakodu nyina ye nuanom bi wo ho. Ah me no sure say Christmas yom beba. Grandpapa Christmas ye sure say obeko fie kra party bi kakra bia wonu nuanom madam fufuo bi be hia. Na yari esa epigenity ama abuhu kakra kwame nti we dey mesre as quickly as possible yeah experts na omo health sector we dey animanimu ya put together measures be able during this period. We are sure say Aban so is keenly observing what is going on. You know, Dr. Kuma Boajin anything. Dr. Kuma de Libya Munibia another say was what papa for the past 1.5 years. And can feel very rested kind of way so I be booming. Into your best Ghana phone you know from now on take the measures very very seriously. Now said be any spike. A spike be about a bed the numbers we are seeing from outside are quite scary. If you are the drama because of Kakao Parliament. My wish is and could do baby a do you know. Especially yeah, first time best no. The next question now near the any akoto 7th January. What happened? Speaker's election no. Near share a year question no kwame na from Kaka. That was not my wish. Me sure say the wish of a lot of Ghanaians. Now kwame from Friday weekend you kwame me saying lawyer.
How they?
Oh, Constitution me read
books yeah me oh you have on easy Constitution
me fast standing orders na me kind na me for Constitution na me friend now for lawyers they see you kra mo say here pa see kwame especially we the first timers no kwame and there are certain things that you first timers you experience be that like the division which was called until now. And Friday, we were hoping say it will go to the last end. You know, even how practically what happens when a division is called. I mean, and Korean is but what happened on Friday? Tuesday, and they started a debate. Instead of we even know. Tuesday to Friday was the policy debate. And your estimates no cry. And your figures nasem. It was talking about a buying policy. Nigerian po. The trust budgeting. That was the debate. Until from Tuesday. The shots, I mean, as usual, a very heated debate. Obviously, who budget are minority, who license or BBR to muda. Everybody, opposition, nomination was not need to be alternate budget. And say they were opposing some aspect of the budget. It's nothing, but they be say even after the opposition, we find a way to come to a consensus. They be every budget be most of times finding a way to come to a consensus. To the extent that even committee meetings have been scheduled. Me and him say Friday be because of fire and next thing can work committee meeting, but it had to be rescheduled because of course the policy document Nangaza has been rejected. So-called rejected. Kwame, remember the entire makers so called rejected. It's in Kwame. You see any day anopa caucus meeting. They show say now the venerable Chairman Sabonsu Kasan. Majority caucus meeting and it was scheduled for 8:30.
Yeah.
Normally by 8 you drew. So one meeting you trying for the leadership to come. And now Chairman the leader boy Amani say when you see a speaker person on your mushia, the leadership of parliament, including the minority. Omo person mushia komobi. Into best say a meeting no 8:30 no ebe twa akonenim kakra to about 10 o'clock. Kwame atena wa ebe obe 10:30. And now majority chief whip another boy Amani say meeting na ekoso no it seems say ebe kwa chire kakra enti no obi anko back to the office na by 12:30 or hope say by 12:30 there na meeting no ewie to come your office and nya message say meeting will start at 12:30 and you buy tie buy na majority leader ebe address here whilst at the committee meeting I mean there's a television there sure say speaker every chamber almost started proceedings. Not speaker announced say majority side no the reason why we are not there because of we are aware of any caucus meeting. Because at the meeting the majority leader had informed us say we bought speaker mania. Say they were trying we jama yatina watching so back to the majority members when you bidding komo. The active was speaker anona FM kaka. We did not take it lightly because now I created the impression say especially on social media they are running away from their budget. But we were not running away from our budget. Behind the budget they buy. How do we run away from the budget? Tikwame they didn't come over na yenina usher into the chamber. The Kotina chamber. Apparently there's been a discussion between leadership and the finance minister had given the indication say based on commentary abba from the minority and even the general population.
Yeah.
Or percent koni leadership no Asiana omudin komo kakra. Efa enyoma ba ko mienu be ho. So the beya we can come to some compromise. Until before proceedings, Anna, majority leader, sorry. I catch a speaker as a speaker. The minister is here. Now, person can make a statement, be answer. Answer ni atwaso. Answer na minority leader. I'm at the closing debate. Speaker nanti ase. Na speaker neka say minority leader enkoso enkasa. Minority leader so make a statement. Owie na majority leader kasa. It was after that and the finance minister. Sorry. And okay, say we see in common akoso nyina. Na was speaker. Say instead of putting the question and holding on, now further consultation and discussion with the leadership of both sides, including the speaker. And sana we put to the question. And the speaker insisted, said he will move, go ahead and put the question. Kwame, speaker put to up question. Why him say put to question? Yeah. Yes or no? Yeah. For all those in favor, say aye. All those against, say no. Yeah, and the speaker say based on sound and nearby. The nose have it. Nature say, yeah, and budget nantum. Name Emrano, you're standing on this number who can say when the speaker makes that judgment call now, you can challenge that judgment. And the Afenyo Marking then stood up to challenge that judgment and or call it for a division. Now division ni mono na speaker kase. All those in the lobby no, based on their standing orders no, or more exiting. Kwame, nyami enimini, a kwanya a speaker, a faso, a year that no, ye nya as a majority. To the extent say he called the marshal on the finance minister. Now speaker no emma the reasons for that no say. A voice note, no say obi wa on to abani bi no wa. E bi ana voices no, that person might add his voice. It can compromise the whole process. Then we saw some members of the NDC, including the general secretary of the NDC, in the gallery. Now, what's the voice note? What's the omonko? Now, voice no, it can be compromised. Galleries will be to all those in favor. It was on that basis, and yes, we insisted say, Sadia, and those also in the gallery should also exit. So the baby very fair, a whole confusion. Grandpapa started. Until up and down, sir. Let's say we walked out because said you know, not until that was how come we walked out. A speaker, I think so, my adjournment or suspension for like 5 minutes, and also back. Kwame, the rules of parliament are quite clear. Kwame, speaker relied on Article 102 of the Constitution. Say young kind members never honor whether the number will be enough for them to have the quorum. But grandpapa, Kwame,
yes, sir.
Baby, I need to do no quorum asem. Quorum the nekem cry. Quorum the starting business of the day. It is when you don't have that 2/3 of the people available, 1/3 of the people available. You cannot even start business of the day. Business the day started that. He had just suspended and come back. Into the quorum itself, and we were surprised he was relying on 102 to make his argument. And all kind of one also they form a quorum. Ori no put a question. Now Kwame, our standing orders no any the Constitution is very, very clear. Kwame, with your permission, Article 104. Except otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by votes of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all members of Parliament present. And you know, before you put the question, Kwame, all members of Parliament must necessarily, half of the members must necessarily be present.
Are you saying, says Speaker Nimwe, and now Nimno Busu, because Munyamuji Tum say he is the longest serving parliamentarian in our country's history?
Kwame, any disagreement? Kwame, Oko standing orders are 109. No question for decision in the House shall be proposed for determination unless they are present in the House, not less than 1/2 of all members of the House, and except otherwise provided in the Constitution, the question proposed shall be determined by the majority of the votes of the members present and voting. And first of all, half of the members must be present in the house before you put the question. It's yeah, surprise kakra. Said the okay speaker and the stature of parliament no said he's been in this game since 1993 and he knows very well. Say Kwame, before this is done, no, you have to have a certain number of people in the house before me put a question. It's Kwame put a question where they went ahead to, as it were, in their view, reject the budget. No, Kwame, we vehemently disagree with the speaker on that. And Kwame Ochina said the topics here, there will be a heated debate because Kwame, I can put it on record. Say, as a majority, no, we do not subscribe to what happened on Friday, and we are going to use all legal means, both based on the Constitution and the standing orders, no, to challenge what happened on Friday.
But then also, no question, namuni numbers, 138 nine.
Kwame,
your 137 plus 1 no na money the numbers to
Kwame,
yes.
At this particular moment, no, the question is not about say yeah we're 138 and I say near 138. That is not the question at all. You see, the members in the house at the time of question, no, should be more than half. That is the Constitution. That is our standing orders. Say where numbers or see any numbers when they say inform. That should not be their concern. The concern is that as the speaker, our final arbitral control, you have to be seen to be in sync with the law. That is our point, Kwame. If you see a number saying so, see a number say assume you, and that is not his issue. The point is that it goes strictly by the law.
Majority leaders say in Kitahudi Bebemene, in the hopes of China, Samoko Chansia. You will find common ground. Me assure so soon say maybe say na no pe kwade say o ma me bisa kranwie. Maybe say the 5 reasons in here minority system money ya money no. Say me assure so Keta tidal ways, review benchmark, Ake energy, suspend e-levy and withdrawal of a japa. So what do we do as a way forward?
I mean, questions here, minority for 5 conditions on Modiabe. Kwame, what was the finance minister doing in parliament? As some of the Obeka Yan say, what ye Monsemo Makan. Hold on, let's have a discussion on this 5. In some Makan, let's have a discussion on it. And so when ye Asama no can say my ba, Metie in some Moka, Metie the argument going on. Let's hold on, let's have further consultation on these 5 issues. Don't reject, don't put the question. Let's have a consultation. What questions? What was the minister there to do? He was there to help solve all these 5 questions you brought. He was there to help consultation to have a resolution to these 5 questions. Then you went ahead, in our view, against the Constitution and against our standing orders. Me venerable leader, Chairman sir, or say there will be some consultation. I don't have any problem at all. Say you better find common grounds be and say by our china and confrontation. I said you see Friday. I support that. Of course, on a leader. If yes, we disagree with him sometimes, but generally, he sings our thoughts. You know, say on that's a negotiation, that's a discussion. Maybe we will support. But Kwame, I can say in a nutshell, as majority, Kwame, we do not subscribe to what happened on Friday. We think it goes contrary to our standing orders 109 and to the Constitution Article 104. Kwame.
Standing orders 109 and the Constitution 104. And so drama in Parliament on Friday. Let's see how it pans out. In the meantime, this one says the presence of Johnson Esiedun Ketia, the public gallery, was of no consequence. That could not have been a justifiable or a sustainable reason for the majority walkout. Me thinks the majority should discard that issue as part of their defensive positioning. They simply lacked the full complement of the parliamentary representation, i.e. numbers. However, there are more credible reasons they can marshal to project and defend their case. Time will tell. Abdul Malik Kweku Bako. I have this here that a bench warrant has been issued for the arrest of MP for Medina, Francis Susu. Not confirmed yet, but I'm just. Anyway, let's see how that one also pans out. I mean, it's been flying all over the place that a bench warrant has been issued.
In this time.
Breaking news, yeah, okay. But when say grandpapa in this time, people obviously will read meaning say because there might be a unity. No, you say this Susu's issue has been going on in court for some time. You know, I'm not too sure so there's a correlation at all. Yes,
in pursuit of parliamentary business.
There's no, you can make that argument, but I'm saying, say,
but won't you make it for him?
I'm saying, say, we should not
but won't you
try
make it for
so
him?
hard to equate.
But Mr. Parliamentary, won't you make it for him?
Oh, of course, there's something MP. If he's going on the parliamentary a year, he cannot be arrested. That's the law. That's the law. But I'm saying when there's a bench warrant, me a lawyer, I'm sure say, maybe the lawyers can help us.
The lawyers should help us then. They should. Nana Fori, any comments on the drama in Parliament last Friday and ABC Samre?
Yes, Grandpapa, that's it. The Progressive People's Party.
The Speaker left immediately after the proceedings. So, Oko outside. One ne bar, and I think there are 5 of them. To take care of himself, I think it's when you cry with the taxpayer's money, I'm sure. Grandpa. Budget, yeah. Tax now once in common in the you know, and you're rejecting. Budget don't come with you're rejecting, By coming.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you are going out to take care of yourself. I mean, ministers of state come do more music just to take care of themselves. Yeah, it's the argument. The argument in this country, insensitive. Nanado is so insensitive. He is flying in a private jet. He's going everywhere. Sir, a black was out here.
But is he going on a private jet?
Oh, Mr. Black was here. He's going out to seek medical attention. And it's official with his wife and neighbor. Remember?
Yeah.
The same taxes neighbor. Kwame.
Grandpapa, how's the man for? Grandpapa, somewhere see the Progressive People's Party. They be a there or they review your constitution. Now you strengthen the arms of government. Grandpapa, a clear case. Look at the issues that OCO. The president appointing 50+1% of new ministers from parliament. Grandpapa, that they are abolished. Should be taken from the constitution. Here, the legislature as a body, we're very powerful people. Very, very powerful people. But Grandpapa, they become weakened when the executive, or hold a dual position as a legislature and as an executive at the same time. Oko cabinet meeting, they could take a decision or new grant, better parliament, or try my decision now. What to need to do about. Grandpapa, these grey areas of your constitution, young man, Buno, or they share near your movie. And there, okay, there, we'll vote now, we'll call for count. We'll ask the minister to walk out. Grandpapa, I was excited. Amy, I wasn't looking at Winchi and some no. Now, make sure as an institution, as a body, the legislature, as a collective, not one majority minority.
But Grandpa, what do you say? The constitution gives the vice president. Vice president. Can you imagine they see Friday?
Yeah, but
sacking the vice president and asking, calling the marshal on the vice president. If the vice president pay a constitution, Otimiba Parliament to even argue and debate. He cannot vote. Why can you imagine say and Friday? And normally when there's the finance minister he comes with the vice president. So Kwame, can you imagine on Friday?
Papa, maybe parliamentary or prepare.
One friend Marshall so on Sake vice president.
He's why a national science and math quiz. Maybe a crown one answer. Maybe a child national science and math quiz. Maybe a crown one answer. Grandpa, hey, what come you? Now, are you interesting? The legislature as a body, what exercise, what functions under the constitution. Oh, the Minya parliamentarian. Also, when the vote was coming, he was asked to walk down. It was about the vote. It was about the vote. It was not about the participation on the floor of parliament. Oh no, you there the constitution on my home coin for ministers, deputy ministers, His Excellency, the Vice President, to be part. And we respect that. But Odu voting time. No simple our excuse yen kakra. Na yen shena yen to yaba.
That's not what happened. It don't make it seem as if that's
but Grandpapa, then they're pointing to the General Secretary of NDC to leave the gallery and all of those things. Grandpapa, there's enough blame to go around the table. All of those things didn't go well. But Grandpapa, as some baby or there, the legislature attempting to assert itself. Parliament as a body. Debate in all Grandpapa is only going to strengthen Parliament as a body. And it's only going to make sure that in the past, now ewo speaker sitting there from the ruling party who will have that nerve as a member of a ruling party in the speaker position to go against or to make any decisions that is happening there against your ruling party.
Yeah, but blame the MPP.
But Grandpa, what is happening
do we
there?
blame?
People are beginning to understand that you can't always have your way.
Now, somebody from the MPP voted for the speaker.
Yeah. Somebody for I'm not paying too. You really see that? Let me see. Yes, Grandpapa, fire.
That's a fact, man.
Grandpapa, fire. Grandpapa, ain't that human beings, Grandpapa, Sebe, you're yet the head of animals. Your own individual perceptions and views of But Grandpapa, the institution of the legislature, they're a very strong body. Na Obama kabina menkabi amambu wako nenyim democracy yako faith wako nenyim. Grandpapa, I am excited by the fact that now people need to negotiate. And kwafu pede what chance and what kasa. And kwafu pede what view, what concerns in relation to this simple majority, nay, and pushing documents through without going through proper scrutiny. Grandpapa, the e-tax, Grandpapa, I'm not convinced. The argument on it, overwhelming. And Grandpapa, who said one prepare as citizens to even embrace it. Grandpapa, there was no talk of this thing. It was just the boom in your face. The good professor said, "What door in your face policy?" Grandpapa, the way that is done, when you do that, now you will get resistance, because these are 275 very intelligent, noble men and women who deserve their They will scrutinize all these documents. They will make what arguments for and against. Now we're going through the process. Grandpapa, this is what you do in a nation of thinking people. That is what you do. Because we have history of bulldozing, people are still in that mentality of bulldozing. Oh, he will push it through. Don't worry, you put it in. Oh, don't worry, we'll put it through. Grandpapa, so that is where my excitement in the war. The excitement there, you can't always push your things through without consensus building. Without there, as Ghanaians, representatives know what to do. Those people crapple under proper circumstances, or then go back to us. Now when you bekasa at the constituency levels, no be share
about what?
About what? Vote for what we ask them to go and do. They are there to carry out our will, not their will. And it's an issue, Grandpapa, and we don't put these things on the table for us to scrutinize as a people and have a voice in the process. Grandpapa, we end up with bad policies in the government. That's why I say, ping pong policy. And then you remove the tax. And China the tax number. And then they remove the same tax. And China the same number. It shows there that the argument, on the table, on the floor, with these noble men and women, did not take full course. But it also shows there it was a bulldozing activity. And I'm not saying it is peculiar to only the MPP. I'm saying that it is peculiar to parties who are in power. And the use of your parliamentary system, we need a change in that process. Until you can't push through, you must argue through. You must think through. You must bring the proper points in this argumentation. Grandpapa, Ebra e-taxi was introduced. You can see that the majority was fumbling in terms of their ability to bring some type of argument, coherence. And what that man, them e-taxi for it to go through. And they are not making it. They are not making it. They will keep hearing blunders and contradictions in different policies. Grandpapa, let me give this tax on tax thing. Grandpapa, everybody is saying, me wo warababa wo efutu. Me wo warababa. Me electricity bill ye 300 Ghana cedis. Me chia electricity bill by using mobile platform. Electricity bill ye full of taxes already. Now masabe chia another whopping 1.75 on the taxes now, or what on the bill. Does this make sense? Taxing on tax will be a oti warababa. It's encouraging it there on your digital. His Excellency, the Vice President, said that, Grandpapa, on a very powerful interviewer, I saw you put a very tough question across, and His Excellency did not flinch. He did not flinch in his response to this very tough, thoughtful question that you put across, Grandpapa. He says that the majority, this is the words of His Excellency, he says that the majority of the people who use this platform are poor. So what has changed? What has changed with the head of the economic management team? The head of the economic management team to have made this profound policy statement for it to just change and spring up to us in a budget reading unbeknown to anybody.
And you say first 100 CDs, tax here, no.
Thank you.
It's supposed to. I'll say the first 100 CDs, it's free. Is it not supposed?
His Excellency, no kadamo.
I'm talking.
The spokesperson, finance minister.
I'm talking about E-levy,
Yeah, but
the first 100 CDs is free.
Another argument.
It is supposed to. Almost it is supposed to take care of.
The problem also with the E-levy near there. In Malawi, it was rejected. In Cote d'Ivoire, they rejected it and changed the tax onto the service providers and not the citizens. In the Congo, it was rejected. It was.
So what do we do?
Well, Grandpapa, we can't push that thing through because the problem is there. You are not taxing income. You are taxing transaction. And the poor person now you have identified now, transferring of 5,000 cedis does not mean that the person has made a profit of 5,000 cedis.
My name is Bibi.
And that is the problem, Grandpapa.
We are chairman of a political party, and you're hoping, say, one day we'll be him. Now, let me ask you from that point of view. Say, we are government, and there's $100 billion business, and you don't have a stake in it. How would you feel? Say, every year, averagely, there's a business generating $100 billion a year.
Yes.
Is that not a lot of money in your system as a government?
Oh, yes.
You would have at least some stake in.
Oh yeah, Grandpapa.
You don't think so?
Grandpapa, you should tax
so
the
what
service provider, not the people.
Yeah, but
you are
see,
taxing. Grandpapa, there's a difference.
That service provider or taxing now. I'll bet transfer cost anyway.
You
know.
Well, the thing is that when you are saying that citizens, every citizen, a tax what transaction, the transaction on your income, the transaction on the platform is not income. I bet you may use it there. It is an income that you are taxing the people.
Okay,
the poverty indices of Ghana is saying that we are making $1.90.
Let's strip it a bit. Master, we are looking at the poverty indices. Yes, that's true. But Meka said there's a business of $100 billion a year as a government. Moreover, also the taxi service provider, and whether we like it or not, MTN is the biggest service provider in this country.
Yes.
The moment you do that, would it not be pinching them more than enough? Already, they are listed, they pay taxes, and all of that.
Grandpapa, the argument is profound. As a nation, or there you find a solution to this. But Grandpapa, or there solution na you or there you collective. Say, no, Grandpapa, back in the days, they afraid be Dutch disease. In the Netherlands, no afraid be Dutch disease. When they discovered oil, they put all their mind and energy on taxing oil business for revenue of their nation. They soon found out that other sectors in the economy were falling short.
It's not actually they were taxing. They left everything.
They left everything
and focused
exactly
on it. Not necessarily to tax it.
That's what I'm saying. That right now,
but they didn't develop other areas.
This is an honorable Eslousu budget because the focus on this whole budget, is honorable Eslousu Nejuma or Yena. That is the area you focus. Grandpapa, you say that you are throwing away road tax, toll tax, because you feel that the money is peanuts. Grandpapa, this concept is just absurd. You have a bird in hand. You're throwing away a bird in hand. That you can improve on the bird in hand and use technology to improve the collection of toll tax, to improve it from what is coming out now to double, triple of what is coming out. Because there with the corruption index now, we are losing about 12 billion Ghana cedis per annum. Grandpapa, Sikan will 12 billion. And we are not spending the energy to plug the holes. Add them Sikano Obaba into the national coffers. You scrap what is already there. Then you bring an unknown because in your mathematics, the unknown is bringing you more revenue. Grandpapa, some of these things that make there, you must subject these things into interrogation. You can't just come and push things through without letting us as a nation have this debate and this interrogation to be able to know that we are moving in the right direction.
Are you saying, sir, answer the tax no bank from in debate?
Grandpa, the debate on this thing was so small. There was no inclination. Society did not have the experts did not have time to bring about all these things. We did not interrogate it in a way that you get. Grandpa, I
hear you that.
Yeah. Oh, but Grandpa, all other nations now, emulating. They go through these things. They give a synopsis of what it is that they want to do. They push it out there. The information is taken on board. These discussions. Grandpapa, look, I have information that many of the people that this e-tax thing came to them in Parliament, even on the majority side, did not know. We're not in the know. They themselves were not brought on board, Grandpapa. And if you have this deficiency, I'm talking about the psychology, the thinking of people as to how business used to run, as to how government as a business now all run. Since your government as a business with the dynamics in the legislature, Grandpapa, what changed? It has changed profoundly. Then we talk about the effect of COVID. Grandpapa, you go to challenging times that you cut your coat according to your size. Grandpapa, I'm patriotic to you. So you go through challenging times. If you are now afraid of being with the electricity bill near high, it to plug on one. It's so can you apart no doing a ration. It ensure you tell people because you have to be able to bring your expenditure to the new reality. Grandpapa, government is still huge. We have not reduced the size of government in difficult times in our country. Grandpapa, does it make sense? We are still maintaining the same number of ministers, the same overheads, even increasing the expenditure on many of these things in a time that we are in difficult times.
Okay.
So
okay.
a cutting budget, you know.
Pacho, let me ask. Sa e-levy, is it possible say ebia you reducing it might be a good start? You bet me the needed revenue. For example, ebika say 1.75 annual shit. Because you go then to go and add to the already existing taxes. In TABI, if we drop it to 1%, and I will drop it to 0.75, whatever.
0.25.
Whatever it is. If we reduce it, would it still be a good way to raise revenue?
Oh, Grandpa, we are a nation, we need money. Government needs money. Government needs to bring more people into the tax net. Yeah, during the penetration of the mobile system, no, or a way in which we bring people into the tax net. Grandpa, in terms of what the final picture will look like, there must be a consensus building. That's my whole Grandpa. Nobody is saying that maybe I throw everything away, stop everything, don't do anything.
But for a moment, you said throw everything away.
Oh, no, but when I'm saying that, you throw everything away because of the way in which you came. You came as a Rambo. I kick it down. The
reason why I may
get out.
The reason I may be a question, no, it's because of baby free buying. You gave me the impression, sir, we should throw it all out. And I mean, Bissau say, okay, what if you're reducing? Would it be a good way to raise revenue? I mean, say it didn't come on. So,
in the best, some of the literature, kind in terms of African phenomenon. First of all, I want to let people know that on your Ghanaian phenomenon in terms of bringing people into the tax bracket. And as this one, novel in terms of the first country, try the magic. There are best practices out there from the lessons of other countries. Grandpapa. And I make sure that Côte d'Ivoire, for example, when they tried to introduce it, the country kicked against it. You know. They went to the telecos to try and put it on the telecos. One of the downside on that side near there, the telecos stopped investing in the infrastructure to put their into the poor areas. In the Malawi, it was completely kicked out. It was reversed. In other places, Congo and the rest, the thing was not pushed through. So as some American there, onion novel in Ghana, and because there onion novel in Ghana, best practices should guide us. Grandpapa, the problem with asking Ghanaians to pay more, they already taxed you to pay more near there. You must reduce your expenditure. Grandpapa, it goes hand in hand. If you're saying you have a new way to raise money, you can't say that you're still using big government business and all these ministers to run the nation when you have not tightened your belt. You have not tightened your belt. In mere belt into the last Kokrokoo, but you are asking us to bring out more money into the running of the government. So it's not just an isolation there. It is just this. It is the entire budget and how it's being presented. Grandpapa, we are presenting to spend more this year than any other year. And so it behooves, it begs a question. You are asking me
do we agree, sir, we're in
shell out
time?
more to the government, but you, the government, you're not willing to tighten your belt and to show us there. You too, you are taking some posterity measures.
Austerity, not posterity, please.
Grandpapa, these are the issues. Until we must tighten our belt as a nation, we must make sure that bringing the more people into the tax bracket. The problem with the transactional tax there, it doesn't show the economic status of the person, because you have not been able to show that you are taxing income. This is taxing transaction. So if you talk about this 100 CDs or whatever it is that you're talking about, it is not a reflection of poverty or non-poverty. It's just a transactional record, because you do not understand what the income in that transaction is bringing the person. That is what makes it dangerous. And it's a obi share, obi wo akokere. Next, our akokere no auto fertilizer inputs for the farm. Next, we use the digital platform. Now auto fertilizer, weedicide, insecticide, seedling. No, the platform now you are charging the person again for buying inputs for his
So
farm.
should we scrap it or should we reduce the rate?
Grandpa, right now, no say be say me no for real. I mean, make the one scrap. Won't reduce the expenditure of government. One toll tax and all this that they should bring it back. They should add digitization to that to improve the collection. I agree that property rates, they should introduce property rates because many of us are not paying property rates. We should use digitization to make sure that we collect property rates and bring in more income into the system. So there are many aspects of this budget that I am in support of. But Grandpapa, I can't support when you are just talking about bringing in money, but you are not willing to tighten your belt. It can't move on. I had there Father Christmas. You must reduce the stomach. You must reduce the stomach. Or die ham. Na ye funu perform. Na ye nyina yesu yetumi hu there. Also aham. Enti say anu say yam bi so yanko sacrifice na yam boa. Ye nyina ye di America ye ba boa. Ba ham na we ye fun na we ye fun and I peda ye so ye suffer. It won't work.
If I unim
reduce your expenditure. Reduce the size of government. Reduce the size of government.
He there. That was stopping there.
That's he crap for yeah. Oh yeah. In the control day. In the control day.
Me dog in the crowd, me coqueta. But in the meantime, Child Rights International, Bright up here. Child Rights International say they have a mini documentary on streetism under the theme "Future on the Street." Me share bits and pieces of it. It's frightening. Street children and the kind of life they live on the streets. Political party paying for. It is scary business, streetism. At least for me, you remember Daniel now with UTV, and I'd ask that we should pull the brakes a bit and consider streetism in Child Rights International. We are show for the future because Ocean Kola work quite super. But talking about kids and young people, Medicata for number.
Oh,
bring me my Ketasco. Bring me my Ketasco boys.
FM.
My
there, Chairman, the Magia. There, you know that which will disgrace you. Which will disgrace you.
my pressure, sir. On my pressure.
I'm pressure. Give me my Keta school boys and girls.
Very powerful group.
Yes.
Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, my head.
Grandpapa, I'm sure what interviews to be. Also, one about there, will be a participant. One back when 2.10 to come to our car, there will be a participant.
They were there for serious business.
So marvelously well composed. And I'm proud of them. The Honorable MP Kade Obama.
Yeah.
As I said, my head was with Presec. My heart was with Keta. My hand was with Prempe. Prempe won.
Your what was with Presec?
My head.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my head was with Presec because I looked at Baby Omu Freeba and their pedigree and the fact that when it comes to science education dominating this country, Presec has been at the forefront. We should accept that. So my head was with it. My hand was with Prempe, because Prempe is also a major force to reckon with when it comes to education in Ghana. Yeah. And I also have good friends from Prempe College. My late brother went to Presec. I did my O-level remedial in Presec. I have loads of friends from Presec. So my head was with Presec in spite of all those things. But my heart was with Keta. Truthfully, I wanted Keta to pull a surprise. Honestly, I wish Keta had won, because that seeming thing said, Omunya giant. They were not a Presec. They were not a Prempe. but they had broken the glass ceiling. Charlie, the way they destroy Wesley girls, that they are happy brutal. brutal. Anyway, so they're here.
Yes.
So tell us who you are. Your name is?
Francisca Lamini.
You are the Francisca Lamini, no?
He's the one that scored 8 8. And you are the one who did the 8 8 in your deck.
So Francisca Lamini, and who's next to Francisca?
Wow.
James Lutrot.
I'm sorry?
James Lutrot.
James Lutrot. So Francisca Lamini, James Lutrot, and who's there?
Senor Bright Gaju.
If you cause the problem, no? Sanyo, I found out. I will cause problem na quiz mistress. Obanyam biama wo ko ba na answer. Alomanya we. Yeah, quiz mistress. Oh how? I will cause oh how. Ajagba. So tell me, how does it feel to be in the limelight for academic prowess? How does it feel, Senor?
It feels so exciting. It feels so exciting to having compete in a national science and math quiz, and then making it all the way to the grand finale.
And it's the first time for Keta SHS, right?
I think the first time from Volta region.
Oh, really?
Yes.
First time from the Volta region.
First time from the Volta region.
Fantastic.
Yes, the first group from the Volta region.
Francisca, how did it feel for you? The only woman in the mix and making all the waves. How did it feel?
It felt very great, and most importantly, to be part of the team that sent our school to the finals for the very first time.
What was preparation like?
Okay, we really prepared hard. In fact, we are a team of 12.
Hey, 12?
Yes.
Okay.
And our colleagues are very hardworking, and with that unity, it was that unity that pushed us to the level that we reached. We all really worked hard. All the researches they did, they helped us in a lot of ways, and their encouragement sent us where we reached.
I see. And so what is the next thing for you? What are you going to do next?
Okay, actually, I want to go to the medical school, so I applied to the University of Ghana, Legon, University of Health and Allied Sciences.
Wow. So you want to go to medical school?
Yes, please.
How about you, James? What do you want to do?
I also like to do medicine. Then I've applied for the local universities in Ghana, University of Ghana, Legon, and then Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
I see.
I also like to do more studies abroad if I'm given the opportunity.
I see. Afosanyo,
See,
so how about you? I'm looking for that video whilst you're talking. How about you? What would you like to do?
I would like to read electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering.
Yes, please.
Where?
For now, I've applied to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. But then I'll be very glad when given the opportunity to further my studies outside the country.
I see. Here's the video I was looking for.
Plus 1 is less than or equal to f of x is less than or equal to 16 minus x squared over an interval containing x is equal to 3. Wow. Okay, right. 7. How? Yes.
Wait, let me just take this again because I want to ask you something.
2x plus 1 is less than or equal to f of x is less than or equal to 16 minus x squared over an interval containing x is equal to 3. Wow. Okay, right. 7. How? Yes.
Right. So how did you do this? What was it? What was it? How did you know?
It was true.
Speak up. I won't kill you. Speak up. It was through what?
It was through constant practice.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've had similar questions like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the only thing we were waiting for was the last part, which was 3. So immediately I heard a 3. That was why I rang the bell.
And the quiz mistress says, "Wow," and then she says, "How?" I mean, even she was shocked. And there you were, very calmly. I noticed you were Francisca, right?
Yes, please.
And you were conferring. And then you just answered it easily. For those of us who are very scared of science and math, we look at you as some hero. Now, you're surprised, eh? I'm very scared of science and math. I'm being honest with you. So I'm looking at you like some very strange human being. You're very intelligent, you're very smart. Same for you, James, and same for you, Francisca. And I wish all of you the very best of the best that you can wish for yourselves. The member of parliament sitting next to you is called Collins Adomako Mensah. He's member of parliament Ifija Kwabre North. And Honorable, I've brought the magicians into the studio. Yes. The Keta schoolboys and girl who have shown that it can be done. Oba Julali, hello?
No, never.
Nova Julali, how do you respond?
No, never.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that one. Oh, Jolali.
No, never.
Four.
Kwame.
Yes, sir.
What I'm telling my idea, kaka. Kwame emotional, kaka.
Yeah.
Because Kwame, I'm 38. Say they only know.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at them, you know, they could be like me. I mean, in the next few years or now, maybe more per second. Kwame, questions or more answer within 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Near there, Kwame. I mean, sure say I can answer a question or more answer within even 2 or 3 minutes. I want to be within 30 seconds, 10 seconds. No, I think say my idea, and within a short period of time, it's very clear. Say you are now national heroes. Right?
Yeah,
national heroes.
Yeah.
And Moka saying, I hope say the scholarship secretariat, Mr. Kingsley, Omutie, this are brilliant.
Yeah, that's Kingsley Ajiman.
Kingsley Ajiman, brilliant. A lady Kwame or Form 2.
Are you in Form 2?
3. And now throwing on deck.
You wrote Form 3 when you were in. You wrote on deck when you were in Form 2. Is that it, Francisca?
Yes.
And she got 8 A's.
8 A's, Kwame. 8 A's.
She's living by the school motto.
Yes, 8 A's.
Jolali.
Yes. It's where the Mr. Kingsley. Any are buying. These are brilliant chaps. One wants to be a doctor, every person be electrical engineers. I mean, we need a lot of them in this country. I mean, they've made Volta region proud. They've made themselves proud. They've made Keta proud. I mean, the first school, Maba from the Volta region, Keta, and the Prempe, Opoku, and all these people to compete to go to the final. I think you should be proud of yourselves. My idea, I mean, Shamo. And I said, but I'm appealing to the scholarship secretariat and the government, education ministry. I think they deserve something more. The Mubu side, they are not asking for too much. I don't think it's too much for government to sponsor these 3 at the university. I don't think it's too much to ask at all. To the Mian Kasami party may appeal to a bind.
Yeah.
They did very well.
But I know the other thing.
Well,
they have shown that the definition of winning goes beyond having the highest number. As you're sitting there, you are winners, and the pursuit of excellence, and the courage to be able to dedicate yourself and to get up there and go through all the anxiety and to learn and to not sleep. You are a winner because you are made in His image and breathed into you His inspiration. You're already winners.
Let me ask you though, Bright or Senor, which one do you prefer?
Senor.
Senor. were you afraid? Were you tensed at a point? I mean, it goes to all of you, Francisca, James, and what was there any point that you were afraid? Was there any point that you were scared? Was the crowd too big for you? Was it intimidating? How did you feel?
Okay. We're not scared at all. Because like we've had exposure to crowd in our trial contests. And so like we were somehow used to the crowd. And then immediately after the first contest, like, we were so much used to them that we were not intimidated by them at all.
You were not intimidated at all?
Yes.
There was a lot of hope for you guys. And even though you didn't win, everybody sees you guys as winners. Did you feel disappointed that you didn't win? Are you disappointed you didn't come out tops?
We were a little bit disappointed because we aimed at the gold medal.
Yeah.
But since like we didn't win, we just thank God for how far He has brought us. And that we hope our juniors will go in for the gold medal come next year.
And Francisca mentioned that you're a team of 12. Now, are the 12 all final year students?
Yes, please.
All the 12?
Yes.
And so what happens to your juniors? Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to prepare them for the next one? What happens? Or that one is for your teachers to decide?
Yeah, so...
Yes, sir.
Like he said...
Would you very kindly introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Jolali and Wasiu Yusuf.
Jolali Wasif.
Wasiu Yusuf.
What mix is that? Yusuf is at the end, Jolali is in the beginning, and Wasiu is in the middle.
Yes, you know, the reality is that Jolali is a school that prides itself with diversity, and we understand that what you're actually celebrating is the fact that is the only school that came to the final, to the grand finale with a lady. And
yeah,
so
that's true.
Something we consciously keep. So having a Wasiu Yusuf from Jolali mixed up.
It's inclusiveness.
Exactly.
Inclusiveness.
It's
Yeah.
a demonstration of that inclusiveness. Yes. So back to your question regarding what's next. In fact, we want to produce a lot more of these kids, and then we want the entire Ghana, corporate Ghana, GES, whoever to really support us. So one of the things that I would have allowed them to actually speak to it. Some of the things that we need in the school to make this success.
I was coming to that.
Yeah,
that was going to be my final question. So you took the wind out of my sail. When I asked them about preparation, then I was going to ask, what do you need for preparation? But since you were speaking, are you a tutor? Who are you?
Okay, so I am the general secretary of the Old Student Association,
Good.
And we've been supporting them, and so that's why we are here again, just to lend our support, our moral support. We've been doing that from a distance, but when they won, we said let us give them a pat at the back and say you are actually heroes, and so keep it up. And so we are proud that we've been making it to the semi-finals, and this time since 2018, but this time we broke that ceiling. We made it to the final, to the grand finale, and then our wish was to snatch the trophy. We really meant it, but thank God, we really recognize that delay is not denial. So we'll come back. And like they said, the Form 2s actually are with them in the hostel. They follow them to the competition. And I'm sure each time they finish one competition, they come back to share experience.
Yeah.
So I will leave what they need, what they were lacking. I'll leave them to speak to it. I can give the support.
Francisca, so tell me, now that you're leaving school, I presume you're leaving school, right? You're leaving school. What do we need to support Keta School to ensure that you prepare adequately for next year?
Okay, actually, in the school, we do not have a science center of excellence.
You don't?
Yeah. Train the NSMQ team. Where we train is a classroom where we do our trainings. So we'll be very glad if our juniors will enjoy this privilege, and we hope that this Science Center of Excellence will be well equipped with all the necessary things that will help them to do better than us, things like laptops and tablets.
Yes, James.
And also, going to competitions, we there had to use our coordinators' vehicles or board commercial buses now to take us to these competitions.
Yeah.
So I appeal that a minibus will be provided the team.
The school doesn't have a bus?
No, the team, the NSMQ team.
I know, the NSMQ team, but the school itself doesn't have a bus. Okay. Yes, I'm listening to you.
So a minibus will be provided a team so that it can convey the students to these competitions that usually hold.
Yes, senor. What would you need? Francisca has talked about the Science Resource Center, proper places where you can train. James has talked about a bus, specifically if we could get a bus for the team or for the school in general. What would you also add?
The school needs an assembly hall.
Assembly hall.
Yes, please. Because social gatherings are mostly held in the opening.
In the open?
Yes, please.
Wow.
And so.
We need to really clap for these kids.
Yeah. No, you're saying, Senor, go ahead.
They have gone through and how they have been, where they have been able to come, competing against people who have all these facilities.
So congratulations again to all of you. I'm sure you've heard people say congratulations several times, but let me say congratulations again. And MP, I still can't get over this, honestly. I can't get over this. I just can't get over this. And the quiz mistress fascinates me no end.
Squared.
Yes, quiz mistress.
X plus 1 is less than or equal to f of x is less than or equal to 16 minus x squared over an interval containing x is equal to 3. Wow. Okay, right. 7. How? Yes.
Jolali. Oh, it's not loud enough. Jolali.
Now or never.
Jolali.
Now or never.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, MP.
Yeah, Kwame. Beginning me kind.
Yes.
The only lady.
Yes.
Kwame say me man personally 2,000.
Oh,
to support.
Great. Great.
Madam.
Okay.
And so the presentation is going on. In the meantime, guess what this music's? Hey, Avo. Pijo. Yeah, man. Now for incident.
Maham.
Ne belt no bordeaux kese but na go pay me indiscriminate.
Okay.
Remember lady $100.
Oh, that's it.
Offer channel. And my boys is so also $100. Offer
Yeah, that's it.
That's the courage,
And so Nana Foriusu donating $200 to them. And then MP Efija Kwabre North Collins Adumakumensa making his promise come true. 2,000 CDs to Francisca Lamini, all of Keta. Congratulations, Jolali. Over now or never. Wrapping up this morning's edition on the wings of the song. The next year's broadcast is at 12. Kofi Kumbilson is next on your radio. Majojum. Wishing you a beautiful day, reminding you to keep your dreams and hopes alive. It's all you have. Reminding you that my prayer for you is in the book of Numbers in the Bible, Numbers 6:24 to 26. And indeed, it's a tough world out there, but still we rise. And so when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.
From APC in Sonti, and why